What's going on, y'all? So in today's video, I'm finally going to be finishing the FRS. There's a lot I got to do to it, but this one's for the homies right here. I said that I was going to finish this like months, maybe even years ago, but today it's going to be the start. Documented proof that I will finish this thing by the end of this winter. So let's just go over the things that I need to do. I need to on the front lip finish both the left and right front fenders. I need to pull this so that it's even coming down. Body work, this top side, fiberglass. Not too many things need to be finished with the side skirts. Those are pretty much fine. I do need a carbon fiber overlay that, but that'll be towards the end. I need to finish this fender. I need to come up with some type of bumper mounting bracket or a quick release for the rear, because this likes to pop off. Also, what I need to do is self-tap this bumper extension, because as I said in the test fit, this is for a 17 and plus, and this is a 15 bumper, so it's not going to fit perfectly flush. So that's going to need to be self-tap, and then panel bond adhesive. This is sagging a little bit, so I need to figure out what height this goes. And like I said, self-tab that and then bond that. This over here is definitely going to be a pain because these doors don't come off, so I need to figure out a way to mold in here, finish that, and then clean my wheels because those things are dirty. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I forgot that I need to do the trunk as well. I need to mold this part, take this off so I can close that end, mold that down there. So doesn't seem like there's too many things that need to be done, but it's definitely going to add up in some time and work into this thing. So I'm going to go ahead, start working this, and take y'all along with me. This is exactly what I was expecting to happen with this LRB under tray. You can see these bolts right here. They stick out pretty far and they have that nylon washer. What I wanted to do was get some countersunk bolts or countersunk screws and use those instead, but I was just gonna run this. So if you're any kind of lowered, you're definitely gonna want countersunk screws. I'll probably just replace all of these, to be honest, because you can kind of see this from the front of the car, even with as low as it is. So I have the bumper removed, and with the lip, I went ahead and drew a line just so I can make sure that this is sitting exactly where it's supposed to be at. So what I'm gonna do now is remove the LRB under tray from there, so that I can mount it to the bumper first and then have this lip sitting over the tray. So you can see the tray sitting over the lip. So that way the ground hits the lip first and then brushes over the under tray so it doesn't get caught on that lip. And then coming to the rear end, you can see that this bumper extension sags a lot. So if I hold this up, that's where it's supposed to sit at. So I'm gonna go ahead, line this up, put some self-tappers in there, come over to this way, remove some of this body filler from that line down, and then I'm going to use this right here. This is exactly what I used to mold, or I guess adhere the over fenders to the body. This is pretty much the best thing that you're going to get outside of welding. So go ahead, pick some of this up and you'll be good. This is already looking much better. Back here you can see that there's no gap. So if you're running that 17 rear bumper extension on your 2013 to 2016 FRS BRZ, then this is going to be how you're going to have to do it. Put a self-tapper right here on the outside part of the curve. That way that sits flush. And maybe put one back here. And that should be good. Or you can 3M tape, but pretty sure you will at least need 2 self-tappers on the outside just to fix that gap. And then maybe some trim will fill in this gap and that gap. But for me, since I'm molding it, I am going to leave these 3 in place, and then I'm going to use some of these ones that have a button head on it to fill in the gaps while that glue is setting in. And then I'll remove that and body fill over this so that looks flush. I'm not too sure if there's a better way of doing this to keeping this bumper extension exactly where it's at without leaving self-tappers in. Do I know what I'm doing? Heck nah. But did I figure it out? Sure did. So drilling out these rivets, you don't want to use the smallest screw that you can, or drill bit I should say. I used a bigger drill bit on this side and it popped them out easy. So all you're gonna do, just take your drill bit, just like that, keep drilling, you'll pop the heads off, just like that. So quick update on where I'm at. I got the palm sander right here. I'm gonna shave down this body filler, and then I'm gonna take this, go along that line, take off the paint so that the panel bond adhesive will stick there. I got the lip right here. I got the front bumper with all the trim taken off. Right here is a line of where the lip sits. I don't want to get any of that adhesive or the body filler onto the plastic trim, so it's just easier to take that off. And then on the rear bumper extension, I'm probably going to take the palm sander and go around that as well to roughen that up. And then same with the back side of the lip. And try as much as I can to roughen this up, but this lip already fits so good that I don't really need to do that. So roughen this up, and then I'll show y'all how to apply that panel bond adhesive. And then real quick, before you start any kind of like body work or stuff like that, make sure you got at least a respirator on, some goggles too, because you only got 2 pair of eyes. You only got 1 pair of eyes and a couple lungs, so make sure you keep those protected. Alright y'all, so I'm pretty much done sanding. I got everything stripped out to the best as I could. Got the lip also stripped out, the bumper, the extension as well. So I'm going to go ahead, get that panel bond adhesive, set that up, and then yeah, pretty much put that on here, put the self tappers back on, and we'll be good to go. Oh yeah, that's right. I want to show y'all what I got straight from Japan, up garage. If you know, you know. And if you really know, you know. So real quick, I'm going to show y'all how this works. Pretty much, this is going to be what you get. You know, open this up. And then once you have that removed, there's going to be this red little clip. I'm going to take that off as well. And then that's going to come out with a bunch of boogers like a 5th grader. And so you have your part A and part B right there. And then you're gonna go ahead, take this, put that on here, like so, squeeze that down, take the cap, put that on here, screw that down, and then that's pretty much it. You're good to go from there. And then I definitely recommend grabbing this because you wanna mix this equally and then trying to push that down. And yeah, you get it. Just go ahead, buy one of these. Links in the description on what I got. So take this, just like that, slide it in here, boom, easy. Pump that a whole bunch of times, and then you're gonna be able to see it mix in there, and then yeah, just apply it. So I'm gonna set the camera up, maybe do the bumper, and then I'll probably do the front bumper off camera. Here it is, finally back on the bumper. Got the rear bumper extension, a few self tappers right here just to hold this in place. You don't need to do that, but I recommend doing that. As you can see, there's a little bit of bleed through. So whenever I took the panel bond adhesive, I was going up and down in like a zigzag kind of motion, just so it gets coverage all the way past where it's gonna be at, and then down here. And then I did the same thing on the actual bumper extension and the lip, so just in case there's any spots missed. And then right here, I want this to sit really flush, so I went ahead, put 2 self tappers right there. I didn't do that on this side because it just lined up as is, so I was just gonna leave that. Let me see. Yeah, that was that. And then the bumper, not the front bumper, the lip was a lot easier to fit. Like even in a test fit, it just fits on there. So honestly didn't need this, but this being the lip and on the front of the car, if I hit something, I don't want it to buckle. So I put the panel bond adhesive on here, the bumper and the lip. I'm gonna self-tap that, put some body filler right there to sit that flush. And yeah, that'll be it. I think that's gonna do it for today's video. Part 2 is just gonna be me doing some body filler and then maybe something else. But for now, I'm just gonna let this sit. Maybe hit it tomorrow, next weekend, maybe every day. Hey yo, chill. But anyways, as always, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.